I'm super excited right now because we have Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced behind the scenes. This behind the scenes was given to me by Ubisoft, so I have full permission to give you my reaction to what we're about to watch together. This is the dev story directly from the Assassin's Creed Ubisoft team. So before we begin, thank you to Ubisoft for providing me, your favorite Ubisoft creator, with this footage that I'm going to react to. Now I haven't watched it, but I've seen what might be one of the videos, and it looks like we're going to get to see the motion capture from Matt Ryan and possibly the actor who does Blackbeard. So this is going to be really, really cool. We've got the actor who portrays Blackbeard with Matt Ryan in a scene, and we get to see their performance in those Hollywood style motion capture suits. So if you know anything about a lot of the Hollywood CGI scenes that are being filmed, maybe superhero movies, if you watch any of the making of those things, there's a motion capture suit that a lot of the actors normally talk about. This motion capture suit is the same type of technology that is used when creating Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And I've seen from one of the clips that I'm about to react to that they're wearing that grey suit with a lot of the dots and stuff. So it's going to be really cool to see how the game was put together. For me, especially somebody who wants to make games, this is going to be absolutely huge. And we're going to react to it in this video. Now, before we dive into those clips, I'd like to ask you, the viewer, for a favour. Like and subscribe. If you're interested in any Ubisoft titles, I cover a lot of them right here on my channel. And because I'm a Ubisoft creator, I also sometimes get things given to me that I can give to you in, for example, giveaways. So I gave away Star Wars Outlaws to one of my viewers. It was a completely random choice, and you had the chance to win that game, the Ultimate Edition. We might have that again from Ubisoft, directly from Ubisoft, for Assassin's Creed. So you might want to subscribe so you don't miss out on that opportunity. But if, of course, you want to check out some more content that I'm covering on games like Assassin's Creed, there's videos like this one where I get behind the scenes, maybe some things early that I'll be able to share with you right here. Okay, I'm going to prepare myself. You guys should prepare yourself as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my headset on and my glasses on because I'm going to be watching these clips for the first time. I haven't seen them yet, and it's apparently from the dev story. There's been a few dev stories where the dev team that create Assassin's Creed are showing you behind the scenes. This is what I'm going to react to for the first time with full permission from Ubisoft. Ubisoft have given me, Anthony Allen, your Ubisoft creator, full permission to react to this so I can share it with you as well. It's really, really cool of them, man. So thank you, Ubisoft, for this gift. Don't forget, right above me is my Ubisoft creator code. You can use that on your Ubisoft purchases, including Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Or, it doesn't stop there, man. You can also use my Ubisoft creator code inside of Rainbow Six Siege's online store, in-game store, and other places as well. So when you're making your purchases during the checkout, check if you've got a creator code space. My name right above is my creator code. So you can do that when purchasing on the Ubisoft online store, but other places as well. Okay, yeah, let's go, because I'm excited. I'm first going to look at some of the gameplay clips that we have, because in the package that was given to me that I've just downloaded, there are some gameplay clips. I'll be watching them right here and also breaking them down and giving you a full reaction. So this video, I'm going to really dissect things, take my time, walk through things. It's going to be really, really cool, man. This has been a long time coming. I'll also, from time to time, if we want to run an ad break, because of course I get some AdSense on my YouTube channel, I'll be doing a sort of be right back screen if I need to take a break real quick. And then of course that gives YouTube a chance to place a mid-roll ad in our videos as well. This is a long form video, but don't worry, I will be uploading lots of short form content covering all of this as well. So not only do I do long form content, but I also do that short form and live stream content. So there's plenty for you to check out, and I'm a solo content creator. So all of this is all me. So any help that you can give is extremely appreciated. So if you want to share my video on social media, share it with your friends, share it through WhatsApp. I've seen some of you sharing it through WhatsApp. I'm like, cool, I really do appreciate it. I really do. I'm really, I'm thankful for that. Okay, so let's get into the next screen. Put my glasses on, my headset on, and for those of you who are asking, like some of you have been asking, are you the launch guy? Are you the Assassin's Creed Mirage guy? Yes, I went viral playing Assassin's Creed Mirage, and you guys were really enjoying that content. Yes, that was me, and I like to say launch and observe in my regular content as well, like this one right here. So launch is to initiate action that otherwise would have been stuck in stagnation. So something that you need to get sorted or need to get done, and you're initiating that action. You're saying launch, let's do it. Observe is when you observe greatness. Now, the crazy thing before we get into these clips is Ubisoft actually used my word in the game. It was introduced in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Observe. I was using that in my content where I was playing my Ubisoft games, and they actually picked up on it and decided to incorporate that into the game. Now, I have spoken to the creative director of Assassin's Creed Shadows before, and he's been in my comment section. So that might have been where he got the idea from. So big up Simon, by the way. And we also have an update to Assassin's Creed Shadows. So don't forget, there's other Ubisoft games titles, including other Assassin's Creed titles, that have updates on the way as well. The last update for Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming soon, so you might want to stick around. Smash subscribe. Okay, now let's get the glasses on and let's have a look at these clips that have been provided by Ubisoft. And once again, thank you to Ubisoft for providing me, Anthony Allen, your Ubisoft creator, with these clips so I can react, break it down, and have a lot of fun with my viewers. Let's go, glasses on, because I can't see the clips unless I have my glasses on. Right, let's get into the footage. So I already have the folder open. So we are on my laptop right now. So here we are on my desktop. I need to move this up right here, and you can see some of the clips that have been provided by Ubisoft. Now I'll be going through these one by one. So I'm going to give you my technical analysis, my scene-by-scene breakdown, and of course my reaction to these clips. We're going to go through each clip at a time. First, assassination contract. Now, as I said, these have been provided by Ubisoft. Now, I've gone for the 720 version so I could download it quite quickly. But of course, if you want these in some high quality, Ubisoft have given me the high quality, high standard, high definition versions of these clips. So if you want to see those as a standalone upload, I have permission to do that as well. So I can share it with you in vertical and full screen videos. So yeah, first clip, let's do it. Assassination contract. So as you know, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, we have assassination contracts where you have a target that Edward Kenway would then aim to assassinate on behalf of the assassins. I say on behalf of the assassins because, as you know, Edward Kenway is in that grey area of not sure if he's an assassin, making a decision. He's a pirate, he has his own interests, and then of course he has his redemption arc. So it's going to be interesting. This is a remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, ladies and gentlemen. So we have additional quests, and we also might find out a little bit more about Edward Kenway's choices. Will we have the observatory? Will the observatory be different this time around? All of this could be something that happens in the game. Now, I'm going to get my hands on the game as well, but obviously I'm excited. So let's first jump into this assassination contract. I just kicked my thingy, I'm so sorry. Let's jump into the first clip here. It's 13 seconds long. Let's go. Assassination contract. Okay. I'm going to get full screen. That is full screen. Okay, let's go, Kenway. Crouching. So I'm going to pause on a moment here because this outfit, right, so the smoke bomb, you've just seen how he's just crouched through the smoke. He didn't run through the smoke. Now, occasionally when I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, crouching lowers your profile, as you know. When you use a smoke bomb, it obscures people's senses, not only their sight, but sometimes their sound. But he's decided to crouch through that smoke. Now, there is a difficulty setting in Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, which of course is new to Black Flag. So how are they going to react in the smoke if you're in a high profile? Can you assassinate straight away? All of these things are really important because he does have a hidden blade on him. So we're going to see how Edward Kenway is going to incorporate that when you're using your tools. Tools are very important in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So we're going to see how that's going to make a difference when we're using that smoke bomb. Already I'm seeing they've made the choice to crouch through the smoke. So if he's at high profile, will they begin to notice, like, what's that sound? Characters do talk in the game. So at the top right-hand corner right here, you might be able to see my mouse. It says guard post, kill the Templar captain, assassinate the target while hanging from a ledge. So you have those additional side missions as well for full synchronization. So of course, if you want to challenge yourself a little bit further with your stealth in Black Flag, you can, instead of just taking out the target. The main quest of this assassination contract is to kill the Templar captain, but of course, you can do that extra side quest right there to get yourself the full 100% synchronization. For those of you who want to platinum the game, that's going to be really important because you won't platinum most likely if you're not doing those side quests. So it'd be really cool to see how you guys are tackling those side quests there when you're doing your contracts, not only your main missions and side quests. So technically this is a side quest, but you get what I'm saying. The outfit as well. In Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the original, you actually had to do an additional area in order to get this outfit. I can't remember the name because I only recently started to use it in Black Flag, even though, of course, I played the original when it was first released. I actually bought it from the place that I used to work. I used to work in a supermarket, and double discount day was when I purchased Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And yeah, I was literally there during release and played the game. But that outfit right there, not a lot of players actually unlocked that outfit. You had to go to one of the 3 additional areas. So let's continue this clip. This clip is only 13 seconds long. We're breaking it down already. Let's go. I have a little bit of a glitch. That's my VLC player. That's not the clip. There's that assassination. Let's just run through that again because we did have a little bit of a glitch. This is a 720 version of this clip. Smoke bomb has a wide radius in the areas. Oh, he ran through it actually. He didn't crouch. It's a Templar captain here. He wasn't hanging from a ledge. So let's just have a look at that again when he's gone to the target. I'm gonna pause that. Right here. Right, because he didn't do that quest. But it says it had a red marker. So whether that means, yeah, that's a cross. It's a cross. Because I'm playing it in 720, that was a little bit obscured for me. Obviously, it's not in this high fidelity, the most high quality of the clip that we've got. But you can see there's an X, not a check mark. So most likely, I think it's going to be a check mark. It's going to be something green if you've done that side quest. Right here in the top left-hand corner, you can say assassinate target while hanging from a ledge. It was unsuccessful. So that's what it looks like when you're unsuccessfully completing those side quests to a mission that you're currently undergoing. You can see the Templar captain here has been assassinated. There are a few NPCs also wandering this area. Now, it is in a Caribbean West Indies island. This most likely is... trying to think because you're looking at the rock face is completely, look at the texture of the rock face there. The original was nothing like that. You can see the different grooves and everything in that rock face there. It is built on the Anvil engine, so we're going to get a lot of the high fidelity, for example, what we got in Assassin's Creed Shadows. So look at that difference. Difference is crazy. Let's get into the next clip. I like that clip. Into the next one. So that clip, you can see already a lot of the missions that we're going to be completing. There's going to be there's going to be all of these different things that we can consider, giving you more to do when we're actually getting our hands on feelers of the game. So man, there's going to be a lot that we can do, man. I'm expecting you guys to be looking at videos that I'm uploading for additional help and stuff when we we're playing the game. So right here, this one, I'm not going to cover this yet. That's the one which is the actors that are using the motion capture suits and what scene they're doing that in. So of course, as I said, this is from the dev diary. So the devs have given me these clips and they will also be covering these same clips in their video as well, which you should see on the Assassin's Creed YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken. If not, of course, then I've had it a little bit more early than I expected, and I've probably had it before they've uploaded their own video on the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed YouTube channel. So we've got an exclusive right here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to miss that one out for now. It's 2 gig. We're going to get into this one right here. If we have any glitches because of my VLC player, because it's obviously a 720 video, don't worry, we'll go back through it. This one here, let's click into it. It is B-roll. All right. Ooh, they went really quick for the menu there. That was really quick for the menu. Okay, the officers. Tobias Deadman Smith.
Ready to back.
Who did the officers then?
Fire!
Wow.
As much sail as you can!
I'm going to be pausing this in a minute, bro. Oh. My mouse is...
Send her back! Round them!
Now they are playing on PlayStation because it was triangle to board. So if you, I mean, I'm trying to capture that outfit there, the outfit menu. So you can see they actually haven't filled up all of Edward Kenway's slots here, but he does have a pet as well as his probably sequence 1 outfit. So of course he's got less to him. He's more of a sailor man right now. Now, as you know, Edward, no, he was already in the West Indies at the beginning of the game. I think we're going to get more at the beginning of the game. With the other Ubisoft creators that went to go and play the game early, I noticed that there was a specific sequence that they covered. There wasn't the initial first sequence, if I'm not mistaken. Edward Kenway's beginning, his humble beginnings, I think we're going to get more of that because Caroline is in the trailer as well. So I don't know how that's going to go. If Caroline's going to play more of a part in the game, it'd be really interesting though to find out more about the origins of Edward Kenway because we're thrust into his story in the original. So him wearing this outfit, I've got hope for like what it could mean. Here, pirate scimitars. So as I said, the weapons are going to be completely different. You've got your DP damage, your damage, your takedown 3. So it looks like you're going to be able to streak. Obviously, when you've weakened the enemies to a point, you can then streak an assassination. You can do an assassination streak after a while. Now, Ubisoft have explained that a lot better, but I know that's something that you can do as Edward Kenway. So it's going to be very aggressive. Basically, when you're damaging the enemy or you're lowering their guard, stunning them, using your tools, this is going to enable you to be able to do things like streaking. So a maximum takedown right there is 3. Edward Kenway is going to be friggin' sick to play with, by the way, guys. Oh my God. Because of course, those weapons also have range. So the pirate scimitars, heavy strike, you can hold down R1 when you're on PlayStation. So this is a PlayStation piece of footage that we've got here. You've also got the sword and the gun in 2 slots, very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed Shadows. So if you remember Assassin's Creed Shadows, this is what the menu looks like. In the top right hand corner of the screen, you can see store. Now, I said to you guys that you'll be able to purchase additional things to give your game more of a flair, more of a creative flair, and also possibly potentially link to other games and franchises or different times within the franchise. That's when that store comes into play. So the store right there in the top right hand corner is where you can purchase some more outfits, some more weapons, something that might be flashy, something that might be animus orientated, something that might give you something special like explosion that wouldn't necessarily be something that you would recognize from that time period. Maybe a far future outfit for Edward Kenway, maybe an Isu outfit for Edward Kenway, although there is one in the game in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the original. I've shown you that. That's why you should check out my short form content. Now, there's also that pet that I mentioned right here, an inventory bag, and an anvil. So I'm thinking, instead of actually going to a forge or a blacksmith, it looks like you're going to be able to do that from inside of the menu. In the top left hand corner, you can see Animus. So the Animus menu is where we're going to have those Animus, potentially those Animus missions. Maybe it's where you're going to exit the Animus as well. Maybe we can exit the Animus at will. Like in the original, it was to a certain point. Like there was some sequences where you were exiting the Animus because it's part of the story. If I remember though, you could do that after a certain sequence. So after a certain sequence, you could just exit the Animus anyway and walk around Abstergo. So whether you're going to be able to do that in Resynced is something that we're waiting for. I'm not sure yet. Now, because this is a Ubisoft dev piece of footage, you can see the currency is completely unlimited. So there's no limits in terms of the currency that they're being able to use here. There is a description to these pirate scimitars. As you can see, a pair of devastating scimitars praised from Barbados to Boston. So it's connecting the franchise to other entries. Boston is a part of America. Now, we have had fleets connecting to other parts of the franchise with some assassins that might be alive or around or about to be born or during that time period. So the fact it says Boston, I'm like, oh, no way. He's going to go to where his grandson was and probably leave something there. And then Connor Kenway or Hatham can be like, yo, this is what Edward left. You know what I mean? So that's mad. This is Connor Kenway's granddaddy, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget that. All right, let's continue because you've got sleep darts, your berserker darts as well, smoke bombs, your gun, and then of course your health, which looks like it's a flask. So it looks like Jamaican rum's going to be healing him. Like, I got some family members that will absolutely love that, man. Like, you know, my family come from Jamaica. They'll be I'm just saying. So a lot of my history is in this game. Let's continue to play through a little bit because there was something else that I wanted to cover with the Jackdaw. So right here, yo, this is insane. So you have your chain shot. Your chain shot in the original was at the front. Was at the front of the Jackdaw, and of course what the chain shot is used for during this time period is to take out masts, is to take out things above deck so that it would slow the ship down ahead of you. So it's basically chaining and taking out the mast and the wood and the stuff, so the sails would be taken out of commission. The flame barrels right here. Now this, I'm pretty sure, is the regular cannon fire. Then we've got the barrels, the fire barrels, which is normally behind the ship. I saw some of those in the water. We'll have a look at those in a minute. You have your mortars, but then you have something different. There's a few things that are different. You have flame cannons. It looks like you can upgrade your different types of shots. So multiple mortars, exploding fire barrels, quick fire shots with your cannons. So maybe that's like a quick fire, like scutter shot kind of cannons that we've got there. What I'm trying to say is there's so much more than what was in the original. Also the officers. So you can see Anne Bonny right here and a few other characters. Your actual companions that you're going to be finding around in the Caribbean during this time period are going to become officers, and they can make a difference to how you're sailing or what you're doing. Maybe giving you like an Assassin's Creed Odyssey kind of upgrade to your ship. Having selected officers might do specific things to your abilities when on the waters. So that's going to be really cool to cover. Adewale isn't there, I don't think, unless that's Adewale on the far end. Let's continue though. Let's have a look because I'm not sure about that. Quartermaster, Tobias Stepman Smith.
Ready to buy.
Yeah. Oh, here's Adewale here. So Addy's going to be on the ship anyway.
Fire!
This is cool.
As much sail as you can!
Much sail as you can.
Race! Set her back! Round them!
Ooh, you got the zoom into the back there. What I actually really do love as well about the UI is that it's not taking up too much of the screen real estate. So it's on the left, most likely, because it's on the bottom left, most likely you're going to be able to customize this in your menu. So one thing that Assassin's Creed have done in the most recent entries is give you the ability to customize what's on your screen. So let's, for example, the compass at the top, it's showing you there's a ship. You can also see a harpoon target. So maybe there's a shark nearby that you can hunt. And then there's also a quest marker. That compass you can get rid of, or you can customize it. You can give it a black background if you want it to be a more of a high contrast viewing experience so you can see everything there. It doesn't have, yes it does. So on the compass you can see the east right there. So it's going to have north, east, south, west, which is going to help you when you're hunting a specific target or you're looking for loot in a specific area. Now, in the original, with certain treasure maps, you literally had coordinates. So I'm not sure if those coordinates are going to return in the map just yet because I haven't seen the map in any of these clips. So that's going to be quite interesting and specifically done, I think, by Ubisoft so far. So yeah, once again, before we continue, I'd like to say thank you to Ubisoft for providing me, Anthony Allen, with these clips so that I can react to them right here with my viewers on YouTube. Let's go, baby. Let's continue right here because I'm excited from these clips already. We've only been through 2 clips. That's the end of that clip right there. Okay, so let's get into the next clip. That's clip number 2 that we've just gone through. Edward Kenway swimming opening sequence. Okay, so as you know, in the original, Edward Kenway is shipwrecked in the original. Let's see what happens in the original opening sequence here. 27 seconds. Let's go. Let's go, man. Ah. Oh, that's the original? Yeah, I'm about to say, like. Damn! Oh, right. Now it's resynced. Look at the difference there, man. That is insane. Diving as well. You're diving deep. That's beautiful. So not only... Oh, man, they would have to have done, like, all of the textures and stuff below water. Oh, this is going to look gorgeous in my hands, bro. Right, so look at the difference. Look at the difference. Damn! Right. I wonder if it's him who's saying damn. This is like, damn. It's probably one of the dev team that's saying damn. They forgot to cut it off or something. Damn. That's hilarious. Damn. Didn't know it was like that. That was sick.
Damn!
Damn! That's funny. That's funny. That's crazy though, man. Like, you can literally see like part of the ship that's underwater, different types of shit, coral, fish, barrel floating. That, bro, that's cool. Now, what I'm looking for is a water effect on the screen. The reason why is because when there was a storm during the original, here you can't see it, but occasionally if you splash something, there would be a little bit of a water effect on the screen. So I'm going to see if we have anything like that when we're diving underwater, or just, you know, let's have a look real quick. Sorry.
Damn!
Damn! I'm trying to see if I can notice it. I can see bubbles from obviously the air in Edward Kenway's, leaving Edward Kenway's clothes and stuff. And obviously with him swimming, creating those textures and stuff. Yeah. I like that. I like that one. Right, so next clip right here is exploring the hideout. Before we get into this one, we're going to take a quick little break to give you a chance to go to the toilet and get yourself some snacks. As I said, now this is a little bit of a different type of video that we're doing, giving you a chance to go to the toilet, have a break, but also give YouTube a chance to place those mid-roll ads, which is very important for my AdSense. If you want to support me any further, I also have memberships available. Press that join button to find out more about that, and there's more that you want to check out in this video, so don't go anywhere. Let's quickly have a break. See you in a jiffy. Okay, so hopefully you're all enjoying the video so far. It's been a brilliant one in my opinion. I don't think I've done too badly. As you can see already, there's quite a few updates and changes to the Assassin's Creed Black Flag on a whole when you're playing Resynced. So this is going to be absolutely insane. If you've made your way back from the toilet, hopefully the advert played from YouTube. Let's jump back into a little bit more. And don't forget to use my Ubisoft creator code when you're purchasing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced directly from Ubisoft during your checkout process at no additional charge to you, but it helps me as a creator. Okay, all right, let's jump in. There's more. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We ain't done yet. Right, so the next thing that we're going to do right here is exploring the hideout. So Edward Kenway's hideout in the Great Iguna, a lot of the original players missed the chance to customize your hideout, see where Edward Kenway keeps his outfits, find the assassin who's in the hideout, just waiting for Edward Kenway and seeing where she runs to, building taverns and getting those additional perks as a result, possibly platinum in the game as well. So let's have a look and see what they've done to the hideout. We've got a 1-minute clip here, and let's break this down and give you my reaction. Once again, thank you to Ubisoft for providing me with these clips so that I can react to them with my viewers, baby. Let's go. All right, let's look at the difference. I'm ready. Remember, this is in 720, this, oh, what? Display ship model. He's now got his full outfit. As I said, this is PlayStation footage, though. That
I need all 5 keys to open this.
You do. That's the one. It's got additional paintings. Now the sword displays and stuff like that. People missed this as well. This is partly what was in the original that people missed. Oh, he just placed that. Oh, you can choose what you place. It's like Assassin's Creed Rogue then. It's more like an Assassin's Creed Rogue approach to the hideout. Like you can place it, whereas in the Ezio trilogy, if you had the item purchased from a store, it would appear in Montejanui. Or, of course, in Istanbul, Assassin's Hideout. You can change the paintings, okay.
The sun sliding below the sea is a sight matched only by when it rises again.
So whether you're finding these items when you're exploring the world, or maybe from merchants is yet to be discovered. But that's a real cool collector's kind of thing that you can do within the game. It's cool to see this Templar outfit return as well.
I need all 5 keys to open this.
So that has returned. I'm glad that's returned. The detail on the weapons now as well is so much better. It's lining up to be one of the best Assassin's Creed games. Definitely in the top 3 already if you're looking at what Ubisoft are showing us here. I haven't made my tier list yet. Place item. Oh, so I've just realized something. Let me just quickly pause. You're going to be able to customize your hideout further. So as you know, in the original, you could build a bell tower, I think, or a tower on top, a few different taverns in your village surrounding your hideout. Now, it's more like what we had in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Maybe you can put your pets in your hideout. Maybe you can customize the building's look and feel, the wallpaper, the ground, the different themes. If we've got a collaboration, a crossover, you can get some of those items and you can customize your hideout even further. This would be absolutely dope. I'm looking forward to this. This would be amazing. Let's keep having a look through here, man. There's more, baby. There's more. Next clip. Right, jungle parkour opening sequence. So we've been given more of the opening sequence of the game, jungle parkour. Let's have a look here and see what they're doing with the parkour. Yes, okay, yeah, that's the original. Ready to go and get your hidden blade from this guy. Yep, remember it clearly. Still the original. Now resynced. Oh, look at that sunlight. Ooh, interaction with the leaves a little bit more. Sound of the swing. Okay, classic Ubisoft paint when you parkour in a specific area. Right, so the original is like, this is what I was talking about. So you can see there's like a smooth-ish texture to the stone surface on the right-hand side here. I want you to notice the difference in the resynced version. Now, I don't think we go past this rock face, but in the other clip earlier on, that's what I was talking about. This looks smooth, although when you get closer, you can tell that there's a groove in that rock face. But look at the difference in resyncs. Right, so let's continue to play just to keep you clued up. Look at the leaves, look at the trees. Here we go. So that rock face on the right, I couldn't pause it at the time. Yeah. Also, Edward Kenway has more of a, it looks like Matt Ryan has more of a, like a gaspy jump there. Like before, he never really did that. Like he would leap, but it would just be like a, I don't even remember him doing like a grunt or a, very important. Not only is that something that is new to Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, but there are other game franchises that are quite new, with actors who have been portraying their characters who have noticed that the devs have been paying attention to the micro sounds and noises that characters make. The Lara Croft actor, for example, spoke about literally sitting in a room and making grunts and gasps so that it could be captured for the new Lara Croft game. So that's what I'm talking about here. So of course, that's a competitor to Assassin's Creed. But right here, Assassin's Creed haven't missed that. Ubisoft don't miss when they take a swing. So obviously they've noticed that. Now, Cape Bonavista, very famous area in the Caribbean. Let's continue to play here to see just a little bit more of the ending of this clip. Ah, it glitched. Now, in the original, Kenway did shout at him quite a few times, but we're not at any of that moment during this. He was shouting at him. I can't remember his name. He was like, "Get back here!" Ah! Matt Ryan doing his classic Welsh shouts there. By the way, Wales is an absolutely beautiful country, by the way. I've been to Wales a few times, and I just wanted to mention that, like, that's where Matt Ryan, the actor who portrays Edward Kenway, is from. So it's literally a part of his heritage as well. All right, let's continue to play here. We're going to Havana. Now, this says listening for a clue in Havana. So we're going to get an eavesdropping sequence here. How long is the clip? 41 seconds. Let's have a look.
Esos marineros andrajosos del puerto trajeron unas frutas raras con espinas del sur. Ahora están parados los pobres diablos.
Spanish,
Dios,
bro?
Vaya cargamento más asqueroso.
¿Asqueroso? Eso
Peculiar, my friend, that fruit is a delicacy. Can Edward Kenway understand Spanish? Because obviously there was a lot of, with the Caribbean, the reason why every like Jamaican language is actually a different language is because there were so many different languages and cultures mixed in to Jamaican. So Swahili, for example. So Spanish. So when people are coming to ports and they were traveling through the sugarcane trade, obviously a lot of different languages were bustling in that area, especially being a pirate like Edward Kenway. Does he understand Spanish? Is what I'm trying to get at. Like, so like, I'm trying to get at that. For example, in Grenada, I think like parts of Grenada, they were talking Spanish anyway. So it's interesting. Let's continue to play here.
yeah, amigo mío.
So subtitles are going to be really important.
Victor. I'm sure.
The clue actually populated as a note, so you could go into your inventory and read the clue. So rather than you just like having to struggle to read subtitles, if you miss it, it would be in the inventory. Now that's quite cool, and you can go back to them. So in Assassin's Creed, if you've ever played any of the modern Assassin's Creed games, all of your clues are still available. You won't have to sieve through different codex entries in order to find your clues because it will be in your inventory bag. So if it's an important key clue or a clue to find on a specific item, piece of treasure or loot, you'll be able to go back to it even after you've collected your loot. Whether that's going to change and when you've collected the loot, the item will disappear, I'm not sure. But as it stands with the other entries to Assassin's Creed, when you found that item, the clue doesn't disappear. Sometimes it might get a tick on it. For example, in Assassin's Creed Origins, if you'd done the papyrus, it would normally have like a marker on it, so you'd know that you've done it. But yeah, just saying, like, looking at these details.
All storms will keep me from my love.
To keep me from my love.
Ours was the only ship to sail the passage from here to Singapore. No one's coming.
This
I
map's been
marked a wreck on
marked.
the map. We'll find another
Could
ship
be
to
treasure.
sail us back, and we'll recover it. The fruit, the cargo, everything.
The fruit.
So natural.
This
It
is
was.
my
It was. Like, what I've noticed as well is when Edward Kenway was collecting that piece of item, it was a very natural. There was no lowering of the other person's voice. Now, here's the thing. Because there's so many different languages in the game, of course, subtitles are going to be very important. You will be able to potentially customize your subtitles, make text bigger and smaller. That is always something that has been made available. So we're going to see what's going to be available to us when we get the hands on the game. I'm going to be diving deep when I get my hands on the game anyway. So if you want to find out these pieces of information, when I play it, I'll be showing you. So you might want to stick around and smash that subscribe button. Let's get into the next clip, man, because I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying myself. Next one, B-roll, Mayan Stele puzzle. So I wanted to know if these returned. Now we've already had the confirmation of the Templar outfit. The Templar outfit is not the Isu outfit. There is an Isu outfit that Edward Kenway has in the original, and it makes him bulletproof to bullets. So this one here is the Stele puzzle in order to get one of the keys, if I'm not mistaken, for, of course, that Templar outfit. If not, it could be for something else, because it might have changed. So let's have a look right here. If I'm not mistaken, you get on top of the totem, you use your eagle vision, and then you find where the treasure is buried. Let's have a look. There it is. We'll take that, Kenway. X marks the spot. Well done, son. That's where it's buried. So smooth with the zoom in and zoom out there. I don't know if he was using observe. I don't know if that was him using observe, or it was the part of the, obviously, when you find the clue. That was cool. That was cool. Some of the music from the original has returned, obviously, with a higher, with a more depth to it. What I noticed as well, there was no green icon over where you had to dig. So whether that's being turned off, because if you notice here, there's no compass at the top of the screen. So let's just continue to play for a sec. Yeah. So we've gone for the the white dot. So if you've played Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's a white dot that appears when there's a point of interest. So if you aren't paying attention and you turn away and go somewhere else, you would need to go really close up to find out where this was if you're that way inclined. If you've got ADHD and the thing that you were literally just looking at and you were like, ooh, it's over there, then you might lose where that was. So pay attention when you're doing these puzzles. That's my advice. Let's get into the next clip, man. This is absolutely amazing. Once again, thank you to Ubisoft for providing me, Anthony Allen, with these clips. Don't forget you can use my Ubisoft creator code in the Ubisoft online store. I'm a Ubisoft creator, baby. Next one. Right, so this one is a Padre quest. Okay. We've got a quest now. So this is not a side quest. Compass on, we're in a restricted area. Ooh, the music, bro. I'm gonna double assassinate after this so I can see it. Sleep dart. What? It went into combat. Has it been noticed? I see what they've done here. Right, so we're in a restricted area at this point. The music cue threw me off a little bit though. So he's exploring the area, he's looking for something. So you can see at the top of the screen, you can see explore. The compass is red, letting you know you're in a restricted area. Now, if you are, I don't know, inclined to make it more difficult for yourself, you can turn this off and listen to the audio cues. The thing that threw me off just a little bit here in this clip is usually the audio is initially, letting you know what kind of status you're in. It went to the combat music. So that jingle with the, I don't know if it's a banjo or type of guitar. It's like an acoustic guitar. That's normally the combat music. So it sounded like he was initiating combat or getting noticed, getting detected, sorry. So I'm wondering if that was a choice to remove another piece of music here in this clip, because he was being stealth, so that music should have continued. So remember that these clips are probably taken from early on in the game development. So whether that's going to be something that continues, it might throw me off just a little bit. If we're being stealth and then we're hearing combat music, I'll be like, so I'm going to see if that continues. You can also see that the pistol has 2 shots in the chamber right here. So it looks like Edward Kenway, if he's got 2 pistols, it's got 1 shot, another shot, because of the pistols that he currently has. And he's going to have to clean that and then put the new bullets in to use it again. So that's going to be kind of cool right there. The reload, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to manually reload. He also right now has his rope dart. There's a few abilities. So Edward Kenway now has abilities. He never had these abilities before, or you had no control over the combat in that way in the original. So here, there's an ability, R2, so it's a PlayStation piece of footage. So on the right-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner where the volume is, you can see just above that, there's what looks to be a trip, a kick, R2 and triangle, which is looking like it's going to be a shot of some sort. And then the rope dart, the rope dart as an ability. So that's new. So you do have in the original, a tool menu that you can select a tool from. You just scroll to select it. Right, left, up for health. Now you've got additional abilities. So that's completely new. On the left here, on the bottom left, you can see you can toggle your HUD. Now, we did know that from other clips that Ubisoft have provided. The smoke bomb, which is down on the D-pad, up on the D-pad, which is going to be your health, and then to whistle, maybe even sing. Which would be so cool. Imagine he's just sitting there in a bush, and he goes, "Leave her, Johnny, leave her," instead of whistling, and then that'd be sick. Just saying, that'd be amazing. Instead of whistling, you start singing to attract the enemy. So there's definitely a difference. So it looks like that little mini menu has gone bye-bye, because those things are now displaying in the way that they are on screen now. So very important. Let's press play. A little bit of a glitch, my apologies. Let's go for the sleep dart. He could have hung from that branch there as well. See what I mean about the music? Yeah, I'm gonna have so much fun with this game, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have so much damn fun with the game. Oh my god. Yeah, so next clip, 21 seconds. 21 seconds. So let's have a look and see what we've got here. So it's a B-roll player exploration. So let's have a look and see what we've got here in this one. Ubisoft, you guys are awesome, man. Like, let's do it.
That's quite the headstone.
Oh, look at the water texture there, bro. Man, this is in 720. 720p. Nice one. It's a match dive. That might have helped B, not B, but
That's quite the headstone.
X. Square. So they might have held circle as they dive. They might have held circle there to dive straight away. I'm not sure if you naturally go underwater as you've dived. Because you do see that slight shit like afterwards.
That's quite the headstone.
So it's going to be quite interesting to see if when you dive, you naturally go underwater anyway, or if you have to press that additional button to dive again. Now, the player that's playing is obviously playing this quite smoothly. So when you, for example, playing Assassin's Creed Shadows or Odyssey, Origins, Valhalla, when you dive, you don't automatically always go underneath the water. It depends on the height of the dive sometimes. I think, yeah, let me try and think. Man, I need to touch the game again. But sometimes if you're diving into the water, sometimes you stay on the surface and then you'd have to press on Xbox B to go underneath that surface. But this player might have pressed, because they're playing on PlayStation, they might have pressed circle as they've hit the surface to go straight underneath it. But whether it's going to be a seamless, whenever you dive from a certain height, you go underwater, I don't know. So, of course, they want to show off the textures underwater. So that might have been a creative decision to change that. So wait and see. We've got to wait and see there. Right, let's get into the next clip here. Skip time. Right, so skip time. So now we're getting really important information here because, of course, in other entries in Assassin's Creed, the time of day is very important to you, the player. If you want to stay stealth during the nighttime, then of course you want to skip time to make it nighttime. If you want to do stealth in the daytime or go to open combat during the day because you like to see absolutely everything, then you want to skip time to see absolutely everything. There are a variety of ways this has been introduced throughout the franchise. For example, sitting on a bench as Basim and then pressing rest because Basim for some reason does not sleep because he's haunted by his nightmares. Or if you're in Assassin's Creed Shadows, you could meditate. Not doing Kijikuri, but of course meditate during your feudal Japan to take off the edge, and then you'd meditate and basically more or less sleep, maybe not sleep, until the next day. In, of course, other entries, it's very different. Did anyone ever sleep in a bed in order to do it? I'm trying to think. Did we in Assassin's Creed Rogue? I don't think we did, man. Nobody ever sleeps. They don't go to bed. I'm just saying. Let's have a look to see what Edward Kenway does in order to initiate this and what it looks like. And we're going to have the same sort of thing as what we've had previously. Oh no. He sits. Wow. He sits, bro. Assassins don't sleep. Nah, man, assassins don't sleep, bro. Like, there's only occasional. the only, I think, obviously, Ezio went to sleep with his relations and where he's in a bed. But like I've noticed, like assassins, there's something about them. Like ever since Origins, with the line from Bayek, I don't sleep, I just wait. Like I'm like, there's something about that. Like this, in the franchise, there's definitely something about that. So that's really interesting. Now we're going to take a quick break before we get into the next clips. Again, don't forget to subscribe. We've only got a few clips left. So we've got 1, 2, and then we've got that all-important mocaption suit video that I'm really interested in watching, which is 6 minutes long. So guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Okay, so we have 3 clips left. We have this one, the B-roll of the tailing mission in Havana, the Blackbeard cutscene, and then we have the behind the scenes of that very cutscene. So we're going to see how it was made. And I'm going to be giving you my media know-how to break down exactly some of the things that we're seeing, some of the things that I don't know, some of the things that I'm learning myself as well, because this is motion capture. So we're going to see the performance of the actors building this scene that we're going to watch in just a moment. But before we get to watching that scene, we've got this trailing mission. So let's have a look and see what Ubisoft have given to us here. What's the change in Resynced? Let's take a look. This is going to be cool, man. And it's got full screen. This is the original right now.
Puedes venir conmigo,
Tailing mission. Minimap on the left. Weapon selection on the right. There's no minimap on the left. There's no weapon selection on the right.
The captain is preoccupied with his Castillo.
Oh my gosh. Right, so I'm going to break this down for you. I'm going to break down exactly what changed, and you guys are going to love it.
Puedes venir
You guys are going to absolutely love
conmigo,
this.
Superman.
So it's the original. Look at the outfit Edward Kenway's wearing. It's very important.
I do.
Right, so I'm gonna break down exactly what's major league difference here. Right, so in the original Black Flag game, when you're tailing somebody, you would take your time, be very slow, keep it a distance. Otherwise, of course, sometimes you could be desynchronized. Now, this was a pain point for many of the players. Loads of players didn't like tailing missions. They wanted to get close to the target and take them out straight away. So it looks like you'll be able to do that right now. If you're tailing a target that's going to be assassinated by Edward Kenway, it looks like now you can take an opportunity to assassinate that target straight away in your own time, rather than waiting for the tailing mission and having that very slow, painful, dragging out, tailing behind that enemy. Now, of course, you might still tail them, but this is a welcome change from the community, as it was a pain point for many different players. Now, there's more. There's more. It doesn't stop there. Let me show you. Right, so I'm going to press play here and hit pause. So on the right-hand side, this is a perfect pause menu, but a perfect pause point, by the way. So on the right-hand side of this clip, you can see that we've just picked up the Castello warehouse key. So what's important about the Castello warehouse key? These keys are usually used to open, if you haven't guessed already, a warehouse. But in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the warehouses can give you additional loot and items so that you can use to build your Jackdaw or sell for additional currency. Reals, if I'm not mistaken. But this is important because if I'm not mistaken, this might not be a side quest. It might be a main quest and quite early on. So on the left here, you can see some of the quests. It says, "And my sugar. Retrieve the stolen goods from the Castillo. There might be clues to where the goods are stashed. The captain's key unlocks a room in the Castello." So this might be one of the early missions of Edward Kenway, and you can tell that it's early because he's still wearing that outfit that he got from the first target he assassinated in order to get the hidden blade. So you can see already that this is quite early on in the game in Havana. So let's go forward just a little bit more just to show you the outfit.
Preoccupied with his Castillo.
Now we've gone from stealth straight into a high profile moment. There's no sort of waiting around, and you can see here Edward Kenway has the opportunity to knock out that guard before he goes for the main target. Going ahead here, the target hasn't noticed him because he doesn't know that Edward Kenway is a infamous pirate at this point. He's not an infamous pirate at this point. He doesn't have the profile for that captain to be like, yo, who's this guy? We know that's Edward Kenway. There's none of that yet. So it's still quite early on in the game. Whether that's going to be something that progresses forward. Normally, if you noticed in the original Black Flag game, people were calling out Edward Kenway by name. When he became more infamous as a pirate, they were calling him out and be like, "Oh, that's Captain Kenway." And they would run away, like, or, you know, notice him and things like that. But here, this captain's like none the wiser. Edward Kenway's been able to get close and do that assassination using a hidden blade. So people that were complaining about the hidden blade not being a thing, it still is. I've also shown you the design of that hidden blade. You might want to check that out in additional videos that I've uploaded. assassination. Smoke
The
bomb to
captain is
vanish.
preoccupied with his Castillo.
And a voice line from Edward Kenway. Now I like that change. A lot of players are going to like that change. Let's get into the next clip, because there's more where that came from. I am using VLC Player to play these clips, by the way, and they're in 720p because I wanted to get them downloaded nice and early. So you can see that occasionally I might need to reload the clip, but we have got a loop going, so when I click them, it will continue to play. Right, next clip now is the cinematic. Now, this is the cinematic that we're going to see the behind the scenes. So we're going to see how this cinematic was put together in the final clip that we're going to take a look at in this video. But first, we have the cinematic itself. Let's take a look here and pay attention, because this is going to be really, really cool for you to see how it was made after watching it. Now, I have broken down this trailer or uploaded it on my channel previously, so you might want to check that out. Another reason that you should subscribe to the channel. Now, let's take a look at this trailer. Let's go, baby. This cutscene. Let's go. Let's go full screen. I know what it is. Listen. Wait for it.
Here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry.
I'm trying not to talk over this. This is gorgeous.
Glass. Let us drink.
Now, there are a few taverns that the main characters hang out at, but this looks very interesting. That cage, by the way, if you've watched the Echoes of History uploaded by the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed team on the Assassin's Creed channel, you know that Captain Kidd was in one of those cages in real life, in history. So that's something that has been confirmed. So let's continue to play here.
All grief to refrain.
The reason why I'm looking at the tavern being so important is it's a lonely tavern on its own. And yes, I know that the team, the main pirate captains, they do have a tavern that they go to quite frequently. But this does remind me of the tavern from Assassin's Creed Black Flag Freedom Cry. There's no town around it though, which makes me believe that it's not that tavern. But it does give the same feeling that I got when I played Freedom Cry. I do believe that Freedom Cry might be just integrated into the main game rather than it being a separate experience, which does make sense. So there is still hope for that for those of you who were upset that Freedom Cry wasn't a DLC that was being added. Let's continue to play.
May or might never all meet here again.
Cheers, lads.
Rum tastes sweeter among friends, pirate.
That it does, Blackbeard. So we're getting that cinematic that we're going to see the behind the scenes of in a moment. Blackbeard and Edward Kenway. Ah.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Not yet.
That's super important, and now we're going to watch the behind the scenes of how this was all put together, ladies and gents. This is going to be absolutely insane. I just want to quickly give you another chance to look at the scenery, the characters, the sound, the ambience, and exactly what's happening here. And Bonnie's performance as well.
Let us drink and
So cool.
be merry, all out of one glass.
The lighting,
Let us drink and be
candle flicker.
merry, all grief to refrain.
the lanterns are like
For we
embers,
may or
the mini embers in the background,
never
the bottle
all
dragged across the sand.
meet here
Edward Kenway takes a gulp.
again.
You get a shot from behind. Puts the bottle down. Shadows. Stitching together
Rum
the scene.
tastes sweeter among friends, pirate.
The voice line from Blackbeard. Kenway picks up the hat. Finds something inside the hat. Treasure map. wisp from the flame. Map is in the focus.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Obscured mid-shot that then pans upwards.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the behind the scenes and see exactly what Ubisoft were doing in order to put this scene together. This is going to be extremely cool. Hang on to your seats, man. This is going to be one of the best behind the scenes clips. I already know, I can feel it. This is going to be dope. Smash subscribe. Ubisoft, thank you for giving me this gift. We're now going to look at the behind the scenes, and then once I've broken that down, giving you my analysis and my reaction to the behind the scenes of this scene being put together, then we'll look at that last image that Ubisoft gave me in this package, which is of the dev diary 4 of creating Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Let's jump in to the behind the scenes clip right now. It's about 6 minutes long. I'm going to break this down. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's go. Launch. I just took a sip of my coffee. Hold on, we had a little bit of a glitch there, so I'm just going to pull this back. That is VLC player. It's not the clip. So I'm just going to come back just a little bit. Ooh, Ubisoft Toronto cinematic capture. Here we go. There's a motion capture camera. I'm going to go full screen. You can see now they're working on the skeleton of the capture of the character. You can see the other side of the camera. Ooh, that's just like, I don't know what that is. That is the game director right there of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And behind him was a tennis ball. Now, we've had a lot of actors that have done motion capture talking about this before. So I'm going to pause it on there real quick, just to show you the tennis ball. Right here on the left-hand side behind the game director of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, you can see a tennis ball on a sort of like a bar. Now, what's important about that is that's set for a character's performance, an actor's performance. If you're performing, you need to know where the eye line of the character is, where the character is looking. If somebody's taller than you or taller than your character, you look up. So let's say you're playing a shorter character and you're up against a giant. You need to know where to look at the giant for your performance, because that's going to change the way your face looks. It's going to change the way your eyes are positioned. It's also going to change the lighting of your face. That's what's important about motion capture. It's about the performance, not only of the body, but also of your face, your performance, what the character, the actor is giving to the character. That's why this is so cool to see. You can also see there's other different kind of colors and apparatus in the background to help when building a scene. These can be things like props, things that need to be keyed out. We're going to have a look a little bit further to see what's being put together here, but you can already see quite a lot of cameras and monitors in the background as well. There's soundproofing in the background, so obviously sound is also being considered with these motion capture scenes. It's a multi-camera production, obviously, because you're doing motion capture. There's going to be cameras all over the place, and it looks like it's fully lit. So let's continue to play here, because that's all really important to capturing the performance of an actor. Let's go. Right, they're working on the facial camera there of Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is the actor who plays Edward Kenway, and you can see that monitor in the background where you can see that they're giving a really close look at almost like a black light of his face, so they can get all of the textures and stuff for the motion capture of the character. Now, this is, if I'm not mistaken, Hollywood level type of production. So in Hollywood, when they're doing the CGI of different characters and stuff like that, motion capture is something that they do quite often, so they can capture actors' performance and then use that to the CGI character. We're doing this in games as well now, ladies and gentlemen, so this is what we're now seeing from the Assassin's Creed Ubisoft team that is working on Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. That's extremely cool. Let's continue to play here, because I just wanted to quickly pause there just to have a look at that. This is not only amazing in terms of, what we're seeing here, but it's also cool for them as well, the team that's now working on this in this way. Like, this is the technology that these games deserve. So with obviously the advancement of technology, being able to see this is just like, whoa. Let's play. Let's go, baby. So there's more. You can see it there. Yep. All that information is still being considered potentially. Like, so the motion capture team is probably still there taking that information. Okay, here we go. Long shot. Matt Ryan. Sounds also being taken in.
Rum tastes sweeter among friends, pirate.
Blackbeard there delivering his line. Ooh. Ooh, just gonna pause there. Remember, we've just seen the cinematic. We're now seeing the behind the scenes of how that was all put together. What's really cool is I said to you that some things would be keyed out. What we mean by keyed out is like chroma keyed. Colors are important when you're chroma keying something to make it sort of temporarily disappear or to disappear entirely. That bottle is green, so that lets me know that that's either not there or translucent, so it's see-through. So that bottle needs to be see-through. So the reason why it's painted green is so that it could be made into glass, because glass is see-through. If you, I know it's self-explanatory, but you know, if I grab a glass, right here, if I put my hand through it, you can see that you can see the thing on the other side, which is the reason why. Let me sit down first. Which is the reason why that is green, but the label on the bottle is painted black. Now that's to make sure that the label still appears, it blocks things on the other side, but the bottle itself has to be green because it's going to be see-through, but you need to know the shape of the bottle that the character is holding. So this is all of these things that are considered when you're doing motion capture. Now there's a little bit more information here that I'm going to break down for you. This is from what I know from my media know-how, from my media education, from the level that I'm currently at, even without doing any motion capture, and obviously recognizing and appreciating all of the work that's been put into the cinematic. Right now, Matt Ryan is holding a hat. It's paper mache. So it's a paper mache. If you've never made any items using that technique, it's glue, PVA glue usually, and paper. You can use newspaper. Now, I've done a paper mache project before when I was growing up. I was on a holiday resort and also at school when I made a mask. The way I molded the shape of the mask, like that hat, that private hat is molded, is what I did is I used a balloon as the main shape, blew it up so it was as big as my head, tied the balloon, wrapped paper and PVA glue around the shape of the balloon, waited for it to dry solidly, do more layers so it's solid. Then I popped the balloon where I left a gap, a hole, so I could put my head inside of the paper mache mask and cut it so I could fit it on my head. Right, that is how that hat is potentially made. You can see some paper mache. That's so you can form the shape of the hat. There's also these other different really cool things, like there's some foam that's placed on top to create the feathers. All of this is really important for motion capture because, of course, if you can see the outfits, the motion capture outfit that Matt Ryan and Blackbeard are wearing, it's all black. It's important that it doesn't blend into other parts of the scene so that you can know where the character is also standing and positioned. Also might be important for those cameras that are also in the scene. And then on the left-hand side, just left of Matt Ryan, where he's delivering his performance with the Blackbeard actor, you can see what looks like to be a narration office with that soundproofing around it. So maybe Anne Bonny done her singing just over there before we're continuing this scene, because as you know, in that cinematic you have Anne Bonny singing first, and then Blackbeard finds Edward Kenway, who Anne Bonny is staring at on the other side of the beach not far from the tavern. Jeez, yo, this is absolutely sick to be able to see this here and how they're making it. Of course, I'm delivering what I think I know of the scene and how it's been put together, but this is absolutely goated pieces of work. Earlier on as well, we also saw the game director of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced earlier on, and you can see him just here. So he's the game director of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I know that from the announcement video that Ubisoft gave us as well. So let's continue from where he was here with Matt Ryan's performance. I don't want to interrupt it because it's obviously really important to the scene. So I'm going to pull it back just a little bit. Now have a listen to what he's doing with his throat, because I just noticed that straight away when he's delivering his performance, he's not putting the bottle to his mouth. He's not obstructing his face, and he's making sound from his throat. That would have been from a direction that was given to him. Matt Ryan is a professional actor, so when he's delivering his performance, he might have asked a question or been given direction of, but what should I do with the bottle? Because that's really important. If he has it in front of his face, it's going to obscure all of the performance he's delivering with his face. He puts it to his throat because it might not be on camera at that point, which it isn't. In the cinematic, you don't see him drink from the bottle directly. Now, this is done for a variety of reasons. One of them is, of course, it's alcohol usage. So if it's not drinking the alcohol, it technically is a PG trailer. And the other, and the other, of course, is for creative direction. How does the creative director want the scene to look when you're creating this scene? What is the emotion that's being portrayed from the actors themselves? What part is important from the actor's performance? All of this is considered. Let's continue to play here because obviously I'm excited.
Bottom.
Rum tastes sweeter among friends, pirate.
This is cool, man. Is it held on with elastic band? Yo, they're wearing Nikes, by the way. The same. Nikes are them.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
You ain't done yet.
Not yet.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I'll have you come.
Like we see the bottle, really the bottle.
Oh, okay.
The bottle is the first thing we see, and
Yeah.
then it goes up in the drink.
Do you want it off my hand and for me to take it?
Yeah, that'd be great. And the hat more to the, like really, yeah,
I can do that and like,
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, great.
See, that is that creative direction that I was talking about. It's very important when you're doing motion capture because obviously you need to know what's being captured in camera for the performance or cameras for the performance. Most likely they're going to have cameras behind them because if you remember from the cinematic, there was a shot of Edward Kenway from behind. All of that is part of the motion capture which is being captured here. You can see a lot of the team in the background as well, loads of monitors, everything that's being, all the input that's being considered when the scene is being put together. Man, there's more, man. Let's keep going. I'm absolutely loving this. All this information I'm just taking in. I'm just like, yo, this is how the scene was put together. Also a steady cam right here behind. And there's also a few cameramen that are walking throughout the scene. They would know where to position themselves so they don't obstruct the scene that is being captured as well. So it's very high level production that we see here and high level multi-camera production. So this is high scale stuff, bros and girls. You know what I'm saying? Yo, YouTube fan, let's go, baby. YouTube fan. Someone call you guys, let's go. Don't forget to subscribe, man. Let's continue to watch here.
Bottle.
Rum tastes sweeter among friends, pirate.
Now he moved his leg there in the scene. This is one of the takes.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Not yet.
Facial expression was slightly more. I think that's probably the facial expression that was used, but they would have to have done this line quite a few times to make sure to get this scene right. If you notice, Blackbeard tapped twice in this shot, which means that wasn't the shot that was used initially. Here's a few things that I've noticed as well already. You see the paper that Matt Ryan's holding? That paper is making so much noise that it's being captured by camera. I'm going to bet you any money that's going to get replaced, that the paper is going to get replaced with a different type of material because the paper that is folding out is very coarse and it's making quite a lot of noise as it's unfolding it, which means the scene and the ambient noise is going to be more difficult to put together the scene because remember, this is motion capture. So sound that's being recorded is being obstructed and the microphone is probably going to have an issue with that. So we're going to see if they're going to replace it. I'm going to bet already that paper is going to get replaced and that wasn't the scene that was initially used. The facial feature might have, but let's see. Because in the cinematic, you noticed it pans upwards. It doesn't pan around. It tilts upward. The camera tilts upwards to Captain Kenway. It doesn't come around from the left. You see Blackbeard's hand, but it's more or less when you're focusing on Edward Kenway after the cinematic, it goes upwards. So I'm going to guess that camera movement is going to change later on, maybe for the final shot when it's being put together. Let's have a look.
Thank you.
Amazing. Up for a T-pose.
Set.
Set.
3, 2, 1, camera.
He's thinking about it. Ah.
Rum tastes sweeter among friends, pirate.
God, Kenway. Yep, the paper's been replaced. Here we go. The paper's been replaced now. You see the hat's been given some weight. So there's some wood inside of it. Camera in position the whole time.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
That tap might have been removed because if you look, his motion capture suit was affected by a tap there.
Not yet.
Amazing. Up for T.
Because remember, it's also the skeleton of the... Yeah, that's it. So we've got the models of the characters. So when they're actually capturing these performances, it's also the movement of the entire character. So if any of the sensors are obstructed from touch, they would have removed that afterwards. So he, in the final scene, he taps. He doesn't double tap his shoulder. That might have been because he's just moved a part of the suit and the sensor might have triggered something. So if the skeleton that is being censored of the character's body performance is obstructed, for example, a node moving because of a touch initially, there would have been more, what's the word? Depending on the level of the technology, there might have been like, yo, let's change the tap on the shoulder, like stuff like that. This is insane though. So now you can see the character models and from the performance, you can see the different shots that are being taken because as I said, it's probably a 360 studio. There's probably, cameras at the back as well for that back performance side. So you can get all the angles of the model. This is insane. You can see the monitors there as well and some of the team working on it. This is so sick. This is so sick. I love it. I love it. Seeing this, I'm learning and I'm taking in the input and I'm seeing, for example, here you have different layers of the color RGB of the shot. So right here on the red, on the left, yellow on the right, and I'm guessing one will be blue and one might be the white balance. I'm guessing for the Lumia of the shot. So when you put in these models together, there's going to be a color level, color layers plus light layers in order to build the character out as well. So it has the correct lighting on the character and so forth, because it's a very well lit shot. So there's going to be loads of lights so you can capture the entire performance, not only of the body, but also of the face. So, you know what I mean? It needs to be completely lit. So you capture all of the wrinkles, the fine movements, the little mini gestures, the micro breathing of the body, all of that. So cool. So cool. I love this stuff, man. I really do. I live for this.
Again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Not yet.
So the final one is on Lumia. It's
Already up for a T-pose. HMC.
Good.
Mocap.
Rolling.
Sound.
Speeding. Right. Go speech. Gain. Take one.
wow. Go back. I want to see that again. I want to see
For a
that again.
T-pose.
She's the floor manager then. So the floor manager's just giving a direction to everybody on what's being captured next.
Not yet.
Matt.
Right, listen up. You can hear the direction.
Already up for a T-pose. HMC.
Good.
Mocap.
Rolling.
Sound.
Speeding.
Here you go.
Go speech. Gain. Take one.
Beauty.
3, 2, 1. Blackbeard.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
That's so cool.
Not yet, Thatch. Not yet.
God, son. So as I said, the actors probably would have had to do these lines multiple times in order to make sure that they get the correct shot that the studio wants to use or the creative director wants to use. So you'd have to be there to see all this in camera in order to make sure that when it's all being put together, you know what needs to be done where and so on. And it's really interesting to sit here and learn and see how things are being put together, what's being done, how it looks, the models of the characters before, of course, they're all finished and rendered completely. Like, it's so cool, man. Like, you can see like the different textures on Kenway's face and head, so his beard that's being put together, because obviously you wouldn't, that's being built afterwards, the hair's being built afterwards. When you've got a mocap suit on, hair is normally the last thing that's being considered in terms of the performance. So obviously a lot of motion capture suits, you've either got like headgear on and you might have your hair tied down, things like that. So that's the reason why Blackbeard is also bald, because he might be wearing a hat. So you can see that as well in the shot. This is absolutely insane, man. I absolutely love this stuff and just learning and seeing it all being put together. Like, so cool. Ubisoft, thank you so much for delivering this amazing behind the scenes clip and the clips that we've gone over, and I'll give my technical as much as technical analysis that I can so far. The voice acting as well is top tier. Blackbeard's voice acting, so cool. Edward Kenway's voice acting, so cool. Now, at the moment, it's quite wet in terms of the sound, because it's not being... it's not the finality of it just yet. Obviously, it gets worked on later on, but I like the wet, crisp voiceover sound because I used to work in radio back in my education days. I was working in radio for a bit. So when I hear like somebody talking into a microphone a little bit closer, or it sounds a bit wetter or muddier, I'm like, yeah. I know that's what it sounds like on radio. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I love it. Like, when I'm hearing that raw sound of the voice like that, in that way through a microphone, that's gonna, you know, not compress things in a way. Like, it's like, oh my god, like so like listening to the voices right now, it's so cool. Obviously it has to be worked on a little bit later on and mastered, but you could always, if you're playing your Assassin's Creed games, you could do things with your sound, like increase the bass through your sound setting, or maybe you're streaming and you want to do some more surround sound. It is available, and you go into your settings later on in order to set your sound accordingly. You can improve it through your setup. That's the reason why the voice performance and sound is so important as well when you're creating these games. Also considered when you're doing motion capture. So yeah, man, you're also capturing the sound as well. There are a few speakers in the studio here, so I'm not sure what that's used for. That might be ambient sound later on. I don't know, but yeah, so cool, man, so cool. Maybe they have the character models after the performance and then they add it in. But one thing I noticed straight away is the studio is very quiet to begin with. The first few shots where they're doing a skeleton, whether it's because they didn't want to give me sound for the footage or just in general, like, sound seems to play a huge key role, which is not something you would consider when you're doing a motion capture performance visually of the body, the skeleton, the structure, how the character moves, different movements, nuances, micro breathing, and of course what's visually in the scene, man. Mind-blowing, so cool. We've got 1 minute 39 left in this clip. Let's continue to watch these amazing performers and Ubisoft at absolute peak levels right now in terms of like what they're doing with this motion capture cinematic right now behind the scenes. Thank you again, Ubisoft, for this gift and allowing me to react to it with my viewers. Let's continue, man. 1 minute 39 left. Let's go, baby. You can see what the model's doing there as it's moving. Like, look at the model on the right. Those are from like micro movements.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Oh, man.
Not yet, Thatch. Not yet.
It's green on the bottom
3,
left.
2, 1, Blackbeard.
You get the whole scene now. So
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Not yet, Thatch. Not yet.
all of the markers on the floor are super important. So there's things in the studio where there's markers on the floor showing you how far something is away from something. So it looks like when they're building the cinematic, they've built the scene from like measurements. Like it's like they've got the character. So that's basically so they can consider the depth of field of what Edward Kenway and Blackbeard are in. So it's considering like how far away they are from like a long shot, like where they would be. Yeah. That's so cool. So that long shot of the left, if you remember from the cinematic, where Anne Bonny looks over to Edward Kenway, is actual distance from where she would probably be standing. So they've measured that all out for the scene. So cool, man. Like all this is so cool, man. Like honestly, let's continue, man. Let's continue. We're doing a shot when he was standing as well.
Back in first position, still rolling.
It's a full performance.
Give me just a little more time so the camera can be
To come here?
and just to push in and then
Gotcha.
we go.
Creative direction
So
to the
here we go.
As I said, I think that camera was in moves though.
At it again, Kenway. I thought you'd be done chasing fairy stories.
Not yet, Thatch. Not yet.
Right, so hold on. They did a standing version. To tell you what's really cool about all of that we've just seen, you can see the different shots and angles that have been considered, the different creative direction, the different things that Edward Kenway or Blackbeard would do in the scene. For example, the different taps, the different material that was used, the little nuances of this cinematic were considered completely, which is a perfect, brilliant performance direction from both, not only the actors delivering the performance with the voice acting included, but also from the team that's working on the scene. This was absolutely amazing to look at and watch and review. I very much enjoyed that. Guys, smash subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and let us know what you thought of this behind the scenes as well as the cinematic. But we've got one more thing to have a look at, which is that image that was also given with the package that Ubisoft delivered to me. So let's take a look at this right now. I swear to God, I'm going to have so much fun with this game. I'm going to have so much fun with this game. It's going to be insane. Right, let's have a look at the last image right now. That was amazing. Let us know what you thought of the behind the scenes here. Motion capture. Being able to see in depth like that, it's given me so much information. I'm learning as well as you are, because this technology, I have not had the privilege of playing around with it, but Ubisoft are giving me a chance right now to look and see how they've put things together with this scene, with this cinematic for the game, with motion capture. It's the first time I've looked at it in depth like that, but I'm giving what I believe to be my technical analysis of what I know of a multi-camera production, different media shots, different lighting, the reasons why things might have been the way they are. I might have got some of it wrong, but man, that was absolutely dope. Absolutely dope. Actors, perfect performances. The voice acting, the creative direction, the director, the floor managers, sound technicians, all that was put into that scene there. You're able to see how much is put into that scene. With that shot where Edward Kenway is standing up, where Matt Ryan, the performer, the actor, is standing, you can see how many cameras are there capturing his performance right ahead of him on the right there. So cool, man. So cool. All right. Okay. Yo, let's have a look at that last image now that we've seen that amazing shot. So I just got to remember how to come out a VLC player, because I saw I'm looking at that. The last image is really important for my critics out there who criticize some of my gameplays. So let's have a look at this one right here. It's in a high quality because I downloaded it because it's an image, so it was easier to download. And let's have a look here. This was delivered to me by Ubisoft. Thank you, Ubisoft, for these gifts so that I could share them, give my technical analysis breakdowns and reactions to them. Let's jump in right here. Difficulty tuning. So before I've touched the game, I now know that there's difficulty tuning. Ubisoft are very meticulous with the things that they're choosing to send me. So let's have a look here. It says combat difficulty, normal. So everything's set on normal to begin with, and these are the settings that I will be starting my adventure with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I will start on normal. Combat difficulty, let's read. it says story, which would be the easy mode, is enemies pose a minor challenge, dealing reduced damage and allowing you more time to react. So that's story. So that's basically easy mode. It's just being given story to, because it's just making the player feel more respected, I believe, if you're going for a story. You know what I mean? Not saying it's easy, but it's saying it's less less punishing in terms of your reaction time, for example. Normal, a balanced experience closely matching the original challenge of AC Black Flag. So AC Black Flag is the difficulty bar for normal setting in the game, because there was no difficulty setting in the original Assassin's Creed Black Flag game. I did say that Black Flag, the original, needed to be more difficult in terms of, for example, the combat. So we're going to get the chance to set it to hard, which is the next setting. Now, this is combat difficulty. Let's read. It says, enemies are deadlier and more aggressive, demanding mastery of combat tools, good equipment, and sharp reflexes. So, good equipment. So if you're using terrible equipment, you might be at risk of being, of course, ended in the game by the enemy. So it says good equipment. It don't say it don't say pick the equipment that you're not going to be able to deal with the enemy with, because you might be at a huge disadvantage there. Sharp reflexes. Now, my reflexes are insane. So when it comes to parrying, or I'd say parrying or dodging, I'm on a different level, bro. So it's gonna be crazy when I get to that hard difficulty. But we do know that we will have updates to Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, so Nightmare mode might make an appearance later on. But I will always start on normal and then progress upwards in my Assassin's Creed games. I always do it. For example, right now in Odyssey, I'm on like Nightmare mode in Odyssey, and I kind of forgot I was on Nightmare mode because I gradually get there with what's the word? Climatizing myself with that difficulty. For example, in Assassin's Creed Origins right now, I'm still in Nightmare mode, and then I'll load the game up and I forget that I'm in. I'm like, oh yeah, the enemy's taking quite a while. I'm chopping at the enemy. Why ain't you dying? Like, what's going on? Like, oh yeah, the enemy, the blood all over there. So yeah, there's also difficulty settings for your stealth, which of course some of you might be used to anyway if you've gone into the menu when you're playing the modern Assassin's Creed games. Naval combat difficulty, which is going to be completely new to most players. I don't remember a naval combat difficulty being available in the franchise before, and because of course we are a pirate in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, this is why that difficulty is now a thing. So it's going to be really interesting to see what changes with your naval combat difficulty, because I don't have that in this image. And this could be changing things like, I don't know, your hull armor of your ship is weaker no matter what. It could be, when you're in a certain storm or something, you're taking damage as a result of you setting it to hard mode. Because in real life, if you're in a storm and your ship gets damaged, you're going to be lower health in terms of your ship, because your ship has health in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So maybe that's a thing. Maybe setting it to Nightmare difficulty in naval, the storm, if it damages you or you take any damage from being rammed, is going to just end you. Who knows? So that's going to be really interesting to see that. We have a new one here, activity difficulty. So what are these activities? So these activities could be board games. So maybe there's a board game that you can play like in other Assassin's Creed entries. There might be a board game that you can play in Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. These activities could be something different as well. For example, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we have activities that are seasonal, and some of these are seasonal activities could be, for example, Yule Festival, where there are archery challenges. Now, there might be some challenges for you using your pistol. There also might be some parkour race challenges or parkour challenges like there was in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2. For example, there were parkour challenges there where you could do some time trials or race some enemies, not enemies, but race some characters. Also, this was a thing in Assassin's Creed Mirage. These parkour races came back there. So who knows what's been introduced in terms of the activity difficulties, because we're not sure of what activities will be made available. This could be hunting. For example, when you're hunting for your different pelts and your different bones in order to build your darts for your blow darts. This could be what the activities that it's referring to are, and there could be additional activities as well. So this is telling us a lot of information, but we're not yet aware of what activities it's referring to and how it's going to change the naval combat as a result. So it's going to be so cool, man. So you can mix and match with your difficulty setting and tuning in the game. So, yo, man, this has been absolutely amazing. Let's wrap up this video because we've just gone through some sick stuff, man. Let's go, baby. Observe. So, yo, that was absolutely amazing. Ubisoft, thank you so much for providing me with these clips. I needed to break it down and just enjoy everything that we've just been given, guys. So yes, this video was a bit of a long one, but yo, if you didn't enjoy that, then I don't know what you will enjoy, man, because I was having so much fun just looking over the gameplay B-roll that was given, looking over the behind the scenes, the cinematic, and also that difficulty setting before the game has been released, man. Thank you to Ubisoft for providing me with these gifts for me to share with my viewers, man. This was so sick. So, yo, I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I'm going to take my time and put this video together because, oh my days, this was absolutely one to remember. Those clips were so cool. The behind the scenes was amazing. Motion capture, again, is something that I haven't delved into myself. So, like, seeing it and learning about it from what was being given in the way that it was being given, it was just so Ubisoft. Love you guys, man. Like, you lot are so sick. Like, honestly, like, yo, this video was spectacular in my opinion because of that. Like, you know what I mean? That was a standout. That behind the scenes was definitely a standout. A lot of the things that have been given just have given us a lot of information of what we can expect from Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it that big old thumbs up, that love, that share, all of that. I'm a Ubisoft creator, and that's why I have permission to have a look at those clips in the way that I have and react to them and give my technical analysis and breakdown of what we've just watched. And I've also got a Ubisoft creator code. So up above me is my Ubisoft creator code because I'm a part of the Ubisoft creator program, and you can add my Ubisoft creator code during checkout when you're purchasing the game from the Ubisoft online store. Now, at the time of you watching this video, you might be watching this on a later date, you might be able to add my Ubisoft creator code in more places where you're buying your Ubisoft games. So please do that because it's at no extra charge to yourself. It shows your support of me as a creator, and these videos are what can be improved as a result. So all of that is really helpful to my career. And as I said, there are things that I want to do with Ubisoft. So the more the merrier, man. Like, I've got a lot of Ubisoft content that I want to share with you in terms of different, also Assassin's Creed games and a different Ubisoft games titles. There's a lot more that we can do here. So if you subscribe, give us a thumbs up and you know, all that goodness, then we get to do a lot more. Matt Ryan is an absolute treasure of an actor, and you can see that he really did put in the work along with the Blackbeard actor doing that cinematic scene alone, let alone what the game has left to show us. This was just the cinematic, and we've seen how much hard work has been put into that motion capture, the performances, creating the characters for the scene, creating the scenery, all of that, all put together through motion capture, and that performance with that behind the scenes was absolutely amazing. It goes to show you just how much goes into creating these games, how much voice lines are being put together, grunts, drinking sounds, when you're grabbing the bottle, all of that was very, very cool to see and see how it was all put together, man. That was so cool. I'm really happy with what we've just watched and, you know, what I've just reacted to, man. Like, dream come true for a person like me, especially somebody who's been playing games for quite a long time, somebody who is sort of media versed in a way, and, you know, knows how to create, how media is created, wants to do a lot more of it, and obviously has studied it. So to see that, I'm going to share this with, like, my lecturers, like, like, you know what I mean, from back in the day that knew me when I was, like, editing and doing all this different stuff. Teachers from school would look at this and be like, yo, Ant, this is you? I'm like, I know. Like, you know what I mean? Friends, when I was on the come up, when I was little, like, you know what I mean? Things that I'm into is right here. So yeah, man, I remember the day that I bought Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the original, and where I was and what I was doing and where I was playing it. So this has been absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna end it here, guys, man. Yo, I've done a lot in this one, so this is where we're gonna end the video. But don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys, man, for joining today. There's more where that came from, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, because they're really eager to share these things with me as well. So the more the merrier. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the game. And if I get to play it, I'll be breaking down even more for you, showing you even more. We've got a lot to look forward to. Oh my days, let's go. This game is looking to be spectacular. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. You guys are sick. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Love you guys. And remember my word that Ubisoft included in their game. Observe, yo. Simon, the game director of Assassin's Creed Shadows, actually commented on one of my videos, man. Like, Assassin's Creed Shadows as well, don't forget, there's also an update left for that game. So there's one more update for Assassin's Creed Shadows at the point of me making this video. So watch out for more content in that game as well. Yo, let's go, bro. Anthony Allen in the house. Let's go. Subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Boop, 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 boop. Let's go. I'm going for that. Yo, peace out. Love. I'm going to do launch. You ready? Count it down with me, and then I'll put the end screen on. Ready? 5. We'll go for 5. 4. 3, 2, 1. Launch. Thanks for watching this breakdown and reaction of Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Creator, developer, dev story 4. I messed that up, man. I think it's forgivable though. It was the developer dev diary 4 that we've just reacted to all of those clips and stuff that Ubisoft might be sharing on their channel as well, but they give me permission to do so. So I've also shared it here and reacted to it. Man, I'm gonna put this video together. Yo, let's go.